Do you love silly stories for kids? Why not consider joining our family? You can even get a very special message from one of your favourite silly stories for kids characters. Head over to the website to find out more. It's your support that helps us to continue to make exciting stories and more crazy content.
Did somebody say crazy?
Oh, Pimpin, no.
One day, 3 little kids named Ezra, Taya, and Zola were all very excited because today they were going to the beach. "Are we almost there yet?" said Taya. "Not quite," said their mum, "but we're getting closer." "Oh, I love the beach," said Ezra. "Me too," said Zola. They were driving and driving until eventually they could see the ocean. "I see it," said Taya. "I see it." "Yes, kids, come on, we're almost there." Their mum and dad found a park and all the kids climbed out of the car. They collected their buckets and their spades and their boogie boards and headed down to the beach. They found a nice spot on the sand and started to set up. They set up their shade and then they put on their hats and their sunscreen, and now it was time. "Come on," said Taya, "let's go build a sandcastle." "Okay," said Ezra. "Can I help?" said Zola. "Of course," said Taya. So the 3 kids grabbed their buckets and spades and raced down to the sand. They started digging and working together and were building and building and building. They worked very hard to make an amazing sandcastle. There was all kinds of intricate things. They'd made bridges and tunnels, and it was so cool. "I love this sandcastle," said Taya. "Me too," said Zola. "It's my favourite sandcastle ever," said Ezra. "Do you want to go for a swim?" said Taya. "Good idea," said Ezra. "Let's go wash off some of this sand." So the 3 kids raced down to the water to go for a quick dip. After their swim, they came back up to their sandcastle. And when they got there, they noticed something had changed. "Hey, Ezra?" "Yeah," said Ezra. "Did you put that flag in the top?" "No," said Ezra. "I didn't." "Did you do it, Zola?" "No, wasn't me." Said Taya. She looked closer and closer and closer until she heard a little voice.
"Get back by order of the king."
"What?" said Taya. "Did you hear that?" "I did," said Ezra. "Who said it?" They looked closer at the sandcastle.
"I said get back by order of the king,"
said the voice again. They looked really close. "I see a crab," said Zola. "Really?" Taya leaned in close. The crab started nipping its claws towards her.
"Get back! Get back!"
it said. It looks like some crabs have set up inside our sandcastle."
"This is the kingdom of Krabby Klaws. Please get back,"
said the crab. "No," said Taya. "This is our sandcastle. We made it."
"Well,"
said the little crab,
"we have taken it fair and square."
"No, you haven't. You can't just move in and take over someone's sandcastle," said Ezra.
"Well, do you want to battle for it?"
said the crab. "Well, that's not going to be much of a battle," said Ezra. "We can just stomp all over the sandcastle."
"Ah, yes, but then your sandcastle will be destroyed,"
said the crab. "Oh dear," said Taya. "What do?" "I don't know what to do," said Ezra. "We don't want to wreck the sandcastle, but how do we get it back?" "I know," said Zola. "What's that?" said Taya. Zola started running towards the sandcastle and did a big jump.
"No!"
said the crab as he saw little Zola about to jump on the sandcastle. As she was about to land on top, Ezra quickly grabbed her and caught her. "Zola, you can't jump on the sandcastle. You might hurt the crabs."
"Did you say she might hurt us?"
said the crab. "Yeah, well, we don't want to hurt you," said Ezra. "Yeah," said Taya. "We were just really excited about our sandcastle."
"Oh, well, if you're willing to be friendly, maybe we can work something out,"
said the crab. Okay, but what do you mean?" said Taya.
"Hold still,"
said the crab, and he started waving his claws towards them. "What's that he's holding in his hand?" said Ezra. All of a sudden, the 3 kids shrunk down, smaller and smaller and smaller, until they were so small they could fit inside the sandcastle. They looked up, and there, at the door to the sandcastle, was a crab.
Come, children. It is time for you to meet the king.
Okay, said Taya, as she walked over towards the crab. My name's Taya. What's your name?
My name is Nippers.
Nippers, said Ezra. Well, hi Nippers, my name's Ezra, and this is our little sister Zola. Hi. Sorry I almost jumped on you.
That's okay. Come, children, come.
The crab took them inside the sandcastle. When they got inside, they realised their sandcastle was even more amazing than they thought. They looked around the walls, and there were high ceilings and lots of different rooms and all kinds of amazing little things. This is incredible, said Taya. Did we really make this, said Ezra. I definitely didn't, said Zola.
Well, we took your basic structure and made it our own,
said Nippers. Wow, said Taya, that's incredible. As they walked, they saw lots of tiny little crabs everywhere. They were all over the place, and they looked at the kids quite strange. I don't think they'd ever seen tiny little humans before. As the kids continued to walk through, they eventually walked into a giant room. This must be the throne room, said Taya, and there, sitting on a sandy throne, was a big crab.
I am King Krabby Klaws,
said the king.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Nippers bowed very low.
Hello, my king. These are the children we could hear outside. Ah, welcome,
said King Krabby Claus.
Just in time.
Just in time for what, said Taya.
Well, we have been having some issues.
Some issues, said Ezra. With what?
The seagull,
said the king. Ooh, said Krabby Claus, looking very, very scared.
Yes, the seagull has been attacking the kingdom, and we don't know how to stop it. Do you think you can help?
Maybe, said Taya. I think so, said Ezra. We might be able to do something. Let's go see. So all the kids climbed up to the top of the castle, and they stood on top, looking up into the sky. And there they could see it. The big seagull that was swooping around and trying to get the crabs. It'd fly down and try and pick up one of the little crabs, who would quickly try and dive inside the castle. Don't get us! Don't get us! They would yell. But the seagull was very big and very scary. How are we going to stop a seagull? Said Ezra. We're tiny. Yeah, said Taya, we're teeny tiny. I got an idea, said Zola. What's your idea? Said Taya. Excuse me, King Krabby Claus.
Yes,
said King Krabby Claus. Can I please borrow that catapult I saw downstairs?
Oh, sure, little girl,
he said. So, all the little crabs grabbed the catapult that they had seen downstairs, and they moved it all the way back to the top of the castle. What do we do now? Said Taya. Now I need everybody's socks, said Zola. What? Said Taya. I need all the stinky socks, she said. I don't have any socks, said Taya. We're at the beach. Me either, said Ezra.
There is all the socks waiting to be washed in the castle laundry,
said Nippers. That would be perfect, said Zola. So Nippers went down to the castle laundry and collected all the socks. Now the socks weren't like normal socks. They were designed for crab's feet, so they were long and they were straight and they were quite stretchy. But man, did they stink. Oh, they are the stinkiest socks I've ever smelt, said Ezra. They're gross, said Taya. They're perfect, said Zola. She loaded them all into the catapult and waited. What do we do now? Said Taya. I need you to dance, said Zola. What? You and Ezra and Nippers and the king, you need to dance. Where? At the end of the catapult, said Zola. Are you sure about this, Zola? Definitely, said Zola. So, Ezra, Taya, King Krabby Claus, and Nippers all started to dance on top of the castle. Now yell at the seagull. What? That's dangerous, said Taya. Just do it, please, said Zola. Okay. Hey, seagull, yelled out Taya. Come and get me. Yes, said Ezra. You can't get me, he said. As he started dancing, he turned around and wiggled his bottom at the seagull. The seagull spotted him and spotted King Krabby Claus.
Yes, come get us,
said King Krabby Claus.
Yes,
said Nippers.
I guess come get us, but maybe not.
He said. But the kids kept dancing and wiggling, and the seagull started swooping down towards them. As the seagull swooped lower and lower and lower, it was about to catch Nippers.
No,
said Nippers. And Zola unleashed the catapult full of stinky crab socks, and it landed all over the seagull. It said as it flew off high into the sky. It couldn't see. It was spinning and tumbling and spinning and tumbling until it crashed into the ocean. Sploosh! Hooray! Said Nippers. You've saved everyone, said Taya. It was easy, said Zola.
Thank you,
Said King Krabby Klaws.
we couldn't have done it without you.
Everyone started cheering.
Zola, Zola, Zola.
She was very happy and she smiled. All right, said Taya, we better get going. Our parents will be wondering where we are. It was lovely to meet you, King Krabby Claus.
And lovely to meet you too. Thank you for saving us,
said Nippers. Any time, said Ezra. Let's go, they said. So they raced back out the door of the castle, and as they stepped out the front door, they got bigger and bigger and bigger until they were back to their normal size. They raced back up the beach to where their parents were, and as they got to their towels, their mum said, Hey kids, where have you been? Well, said Taya, I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you. And that is the end of the story.
Today has been brought to you by King Krabby Claws Crab Socks. Do you have funny straight crab feet? Get a pair of King Krabby Claws Crab Socks, and you will be so comfy as you run across the sand. No more burns on your little crabby feet. We hope that you are enjoying the silly stories for kids. This has been me, Nippers.
And me, Sam. We'll see you next time.